Makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I was expecting him to say no. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth on stacking and almost switching. Okay, so we just filmed a video and that was really the basics. Hopefully it was taught well enough for the common person to understand. But this video is going to go in a little bit more detail on why we stack and the benefits of stacking and why I prefer the switching method over somebody standing off the court method, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I was expecting him to say no. But what we're going to talk about is somebody is serving to me, and let's say I'm over here on this side. So instead of G standing off to the side of the court, they serve it to me, and what we are going to do is I hit my return of serve, and then G goes over here, and then I come up here. Okay. I also did a video with Pickleball channel that I will link in the description below for you to get some more analysis on this. Basically, we're going to talk about the similar stuff, but we're just going to have G here with me to illustrate this. Okay. So G, when you're switching, do you like that, and why do you like that or not like that?
Yeah, I like it because I'm already up here and I feel like I'm more in the middle, because as he's coming up, I feel like I should cover a little bit more court to give him time to get up there.
Okay, awesome. What are some of the pros and then maybe cons to doing this method as opposed to somebody just standing off the court?
Pros, you don't have to stack every time. You could fake it and just play it different and mix it up. Cons, you have to be fast getting over because the line is exposed.
Exactly. So some of those methods or those reasons are 100% true. Oftentimes at the high level, you'll see people who pretend to go over here and then they'll stay over here, and just that little juke right here will force the opponents to go down the line because they think that this person is switching, but yet they'll stay right here. And so you'll get a lot of free points by juking or faking out your opponents. The other thing is for your opponents to hit a winner or for them to get it past you, their margin of window is how big do you think? It's very small.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very small. Okay. So when I'm right here, or when G is over here and he's switching over here, if they want to get it past him, think about it. He's stretched out over here. He's stretched out over here. For them to get it past him, they have to be hitting this margin, this zone right here. Okay. See, can you see that over here? Okay, so they have to be hitting right here in this zone, which is very difficult. And then I'm filtering in behind him, and if they want to hit it past me over here, I'm going to be right here, okay? So simply, the margins that my opponents have to hit to get it past us is very small. And what does that create for the opponents? What are we doing to our opponents when we do that?
We just put pressure on them to hit a good shot.
We're putting pressure on them to hit a good shot. If you're hitting a third shot and you know that your margin is this, does that put more pressure on you?
For sure.
It for sure puts more pressure on them. And if your opponents are a little bit tense or it's a big point and they just miss it a little bit, they're going to miss it. It just simply puts a lot more pressure on your opponents, and you're going to win points a lot sooner, or they're just going to miss the ball right off the bat. All right, G, during that timeout that we just had, asked a great question. And so when we're doing the switching, when we're stacking, where should I, as a returner, plan to hit my return of serve in order to give us the best opportunity to win the point right away? What do you think? So you're returning, or I'm returning over here. Should I go cross court, or should I go down the line?
I think you should go down the line because I'm coming over and I'm already up, and it gives you more time to get up behind me.
Okay, so that's a great point, and I'm going to preface this answer by saying, giving myself a way out, is that every situation is different. It all depends on who you're playing. However, I would agree with G, and not only that does it give me more time, but this gets a little bit more complicated, and I wish I had a little bit better camera angle, but if we had another two people over there, we could illustrate this a lot better. If I'm hitting it down the line and they see that G is coming over here, where do you think they're likely to hit it?
Where I just was.
Exactly. They want to hit it away from him. They don't want to hit it to him. They want to hit it away from him. Me, being lefty, I like to have this open space because they think that they can hit it in this open space. And oftentimes they will hit it to this open space. But me, I like to be quick or think that I'm quick, and I come over here and then I'm able to cut off this angle and I do my favorite shot, which is the Ernie. Okay? And so that's one great place to do it. As I said, it all depends on who you are playing. Each situation is different, but I like to go down the line when I'm returning over here because that forces them. They see a big opening because G is covering the line over here. They don't want to go there. They want to go more middle. In that middle, guess what? Is our forehand or backhand?
That's our forehand.
That's our forehand. And that's where G's eyes get massive, and then he wants to slam that ball because he likes to hit overheads. He likes to miss them a lot, but he likes to hit them as well. Anyways, when they see that opening, I like to go for that. It gives me a chance to do the Ernie. And so I oftentimes will go down the line. Okay?
What about me? I'm not as agile. I don't feel good about the Ernie.
Okay? That's a great question. So I would still go down the line. You just have to get up there a little bit. You won't be able to do the Ernie, but it will also give you more time to get up there because they're going cross court. Okay. So now let's talk about the flip side of this. What to do when your opponents are stacking and you guys are working on that third shot drop. What do you think you should do? If you know that your opponents are switching, they're putting a lot of pressure up here on the kitchen line, what should you do?
Yeah, I think if I'm coming over, a confusing ball would be kind of in the middle here.
All right, I would agree as well. Just as we talked about in the last few minutes, I don't want to give my opponents angles. And so 90% of the time, I'm going to go right here in the middle. Unless what?
Unless you want to go for the winner down the line.
Unless you want to go for the winner down the line, that's a risky shot. Unless you're playing against somebody who has a very noticeable weakness, as in a backhand or a forehand, if you hit it to them, to that shot, and you know they're going to either pop it up or just miss it right off the bat, then that's when you can start targeting those specific locations. Otherwise, the middle is extremely safe. It's the lowest part of the net. It's going to have the most give in the net. And then also what G said in the beginning is miscommunication. If it's right in the middle, oftentimes your partner might think that you have it, you might think that your partner has it. You don't know if you should let it bounce, if you should take it out of the air. It's a very safe shot for you to hit. Okay. Those are great questions, and I hope that this went into a little bit more detail than your average video on what stacking is, why it's important, and why I like to do this switching method. It causes confusion, puts more pressure on them, and gives you more opportunities to pull off shots that you maybe wouldn't get otherwise. Anything that you learned specifically, G?
Yeah, return it down the line and put the pressure on them to hit a good shot.
Okay, returning it down the line most times. Not all the times, but most of them. Once again, thank you for following along. We hope to see you in the next video. Boom.
The next video.
Video.
Yeah.